These are my orange bell peppers, and I'm adding 1 chopped red, orange, and green pepper to a sheet pan with 8 eggs. Next, I'm coming in with some ground sausage, and I just real quick cooked up this 1 pound of sausage right on my stovetop just until it was lightly browned, and I'm just throwing it right on top of all of those veggies for my lazy breakfast. Okay, I'll just spread this out slightly, looking absolutely fantastic. Now I want to add some cottage cheese. Okay, cottage cheese is like an essential in my diet. I just love this stuff. I just can eat it all day, every day. So I'm gonna take my cottage cheese here and I'm gonna place some scoops right on top of everything in my sheet pan. Now I did go ahead and grease my sheet pan prior to starting everything because I don't want it to stick. However, you could use some parchment paper if you wanted, but just get those big scoops of that delicious creamy cheese right on there. Curds and whey, right? This is the stuff that Little Bo Peep, I believe, was eating, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong. Now I'm going to season everything with a little bit of garlic, just sprinkling it right across the top generously. I love garlic. Of course, if you don't have to use garlic. Modify as necessary. I also really like spice, so I'm gonna use a little bit of cayenne pepper. And I'm going really light with my cayenne pepper. This is just gonna pack a little bit of heat. You could use jalapenos if you wanted something more spicy, but I just love cayenne with my eggs. Now I'll just finish loading this up. I have some onions just diced up. This is 1/4 of a red onion. I'm gonna sprinkle my onions right on everything. Bring my spatula back in and we're gonna kind of mix everything together because I wanna spread that cottage cheese out and then break up any of my egg yolks, okay? This is a nice, easy breakfast. I kind of call this my like lazy girl breakfast because, well, it's all on a sheet pan, so it's kind of lazy. But it's the way to do it, okay? So just kind of mix everything together. Make sure your egg yolks are broken up. Okay, that looks fully mixed. Everything looks great. I'm just gonna do a nice, even, quick little spread here. Now I love cheese, right? So this recipe, we're using Colby Monterey Jack Blend. And I'm just gonna sprinkle this cheese across the top. I do not need the whole bag. That would just be absolutely absurd. But I'm definitely gonna use at least half of it because, well, that's not absurd. So we're gonna put half of our bag of cheese. Oh my gosh, this is looking phenomenal. We're almost finished up. I have some cooked bacon. I'm just gonna take some bacon bits and sprinkle them on top because bacon is essential to breakfast, right? You know, they say that it's the most important meal of the day, and I say, well, if it doesn't have bacon in it, it's definitely not. I'm just kidding, I actually don't say that. Anyway, so we'll get that bacon on there, but yes, bacon bits everywhere on top, looking amazing. Now I'll grab my pepper here. My pepper grinder broke, so I've just been crushing my pepper with my mortar and pestle. And look at this, it's perfect. We just sprinkle it on. And if you're feeling fancy, some fresh herbs. This is gonna be some parsley, and I'm just gonna chop up a little bit of those fresh, delicious leaves right on to everything. Just spicing it up, making it look even more fabulous than it already does. Look, it's so easy, it's quick, and this is enough breakfast to last an entire week or to feed a crowd. I'll pop this sensational breakfast into the oven at 350 for just about 30 minutes. Let's do it. Alrighty, this breakfast bake is out of the oven. Let's give it a look, shall we? Oh my goodness, everything is cooked to perfection. So I'm gonna come up here with my spatula and just take a piece here. We'll just cut it right on down. Oh my gosh, a big old corner piece just for me. Now make sure you do grease your pan so it doesn't stick. Again, you can line it with parchment paper. Holy cow, would you look at that perfection right there? Absolutely amazing. Yes. Eggs a little bit spicy, so I'm going to put some sriracha on top of mine. I know we already have that cayenne pepper, but are you kidding? Look at that. So simple, so easy, and this can feed everybody in the whole house. So let's dig in and give it a try. Oh my goodness, this is so good, right? Perfect amount of heat, obviously. With the sausage, the bacon, that delicious cheesiness inside. This is gonna be a hit. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget, share this recipe with your friends. It's so good.